I don't know if I'd call that an exploit, maybe more of a convenient glitch. Every single video game has bugs, and some bugs can be used to benefit the player. If the player can reproduce a beneficial bug, then you've got yourself an exploit. It might be a shock to you, but Sulfur is full of bugs, especially right now. I've compiled a list of about 6 or 7 exploits that I like to use. Some of them are really funny or interesting, while others are super powerful and will help you get ahead very quickly. As someone who used to work in the industry as a game tester full-time, the moment I saw Pilk, I knew it would be trouble. Plus 3 stat extra jumps for 30 seconds. Oh, fuck me, dude. The first thing I wanted to look into was every boss fight, seeing if there was any areas that I could squeak my way through or jump past the roof of the map. What you're gonna need to skip past any of these pretty much is about 20 to 25 pilks in your inventory. I know that's asking a lot, so you're gonna have to go farm them. You can use Chef to grind out some Sulf Colas, and I think I've even seen Stiff Leg selling them. If I can get him to have them in his inventory again, I'll put the footage right here.
Back here live at the Waterfront Village with my friend Jonathan. You're looking good. Jonathan just got an awesome face paint job. What do you think?
I like turtles.
Mix the Sulf Cola with milk, voila, you've got yourself some Pilk. The first boss I mogged on was Cousin. It's the first boss of the game, it's the obvious choice to start, and it was very successful, so that's when I knew I had to go through every single boss. When you enter his chambers, go all the way to the right towards the exit of the area. Drink all of your Pilk, and then just jump up. You can use a dunce cap and or a double sulfares. Personally, I never take my sulfares off, never, but bringing almost an entire inventory of Pilks should get the job done. You'll be fine. There's also spring coil boots. That would help you get a little bit of extra oomph in that jump. Town's a little bit trickier because instead of entering the boss fight arena itself, you want to get all the way to the prison entrance. I guess we'll call it that, the area with all the cells and civilians locked inside them. Instead of entering that hall, drink all of your Pilk and jump on top of that entire area. Walk or jump over to the area where the drop out of there would be, where the chests are, and then just glitch through the roof down in there. I know what you're thinking, these would be really great strats for speedrunners, and I agree. I just wish I had the time to do it myself, but I don't. So I'm gonna need one of you to go out there and get the gold medal. Use these strategies and beat the game faster than anyone else has beat it. There was no real good way of getting past the Navanian Garden dungeon, and St. Lucia was locked up pretty tight as well. Obviously, I could be wrong about both of them, and you might know of a glitchy spot in those areas as well. If you do, comment it down below. I just couldn't find anything after about 20 minutes on both of them, and it was starting to feel a little ridiculous. Terror Bomb, now that's a boss that you can skip past, partner. Once you load into the level, instead of entering his fight arena, churn back towards the spawn area. You know, the weird door thing you entered through. Drink all of your Pilk, then hug that mountainous area and jump up and over the barrier. Once you're up there, land so you could reset your jumps, then use the ass wheel knee pad slide jump alongside the rim of the fight area. Then you gotta glitch in through the mountain by the exit gate, which is directly across from the spawn door. Watch as I do it right here, that'll just make it easier. Look for a little hole that you could just slip into. Fortress and Desert didn't really have a way to glitch past either boss, and technically Fortress, you've got 2 different bosses you're fighting. I mean, it's the same guy, but it's 2 different fights entirely. And the Desert Claws fight is ridiculous and weird, and I don't think you can even get to the exit gate until he's dead anyways. I couldn't find a way to get past either of them. You can jump out of crypt challenges by going back up the hole you dropped through. I'm not sure how beneficial that would be. It doesn't even look like it ever stops the challenge you're doing, so be very careful with that one. I wonder what would happen if you exited the level with the challenge still going. Are you just like doomed? Is it like Final Destination where you could never cheat death? I saved the best one for last, and not just because it's the last fight of the game. I mean, that's true too. When you start the witch fight, look towards the right of the ceiling. You'll see a crack that leads into the world. Remember to drink all your Pilk, sweetheart. Then jump up and through that crack. I think crouching might help a little bit. I wasn't too sure. Sometimes I squeezed right through. Other times I had to crouch a few times to get it to work. Once you're up there, watch what I do right here, because you can jump across to the spider fight area. Glitch into that area as I do here, and then just put her to rest, man. She's not going to be much of a fight anymore. She's just standing there like a bozo. So like you were saying, those are really good strats that can be very useful for speedrunners. For anyone that might be interested in speedrunning, I want to showcase an item in Dev Kit that can make your life a whole lot easier. And that's Blood of the Earth Mother. It's a consumable item that can't be spawned in-game organically, but you can get it right here and it still works just fine. Upon eating it, your amulet will be refilled, so you can use it to teleport whenever you want to without having to use a shrine or the Gravedigger. Guy talks too much, what can I say? When you're goofing around in Dev Kit, don't forget to kill all units while at the church. It will actually kill all units. I'm not sure why this is here. Why? I know using Dev Kit isn't necessarily exploits, I just thought it was important to bring up, and I also recommend playing in dev mode at all times right now. The game is super buggy, and also remember to back up your save files after every single session. It will save you from a lot of headaches in the future. It's nice the Mailer Demon can reset everyone's inventory at the church, including whoever's at the Holoreality Projector. But why isn't there an option to switch the vendor at the Holoreality Projector? Stress no more, my friend, because I got a couple of quick ways of doing that. They're both super easy to do. The first one, you talk to the Mailer Demon, reset the inventories, jump into cave, teleport back to church, and it's done. It's a different vendor. Another option is playing some endless mode until you can escape back to the church, and boom, they're reset. With that second one, you don't even have to reset inventories at the Mailer Demon, you just have to go into endless and then come back home. This next one is something I crutched on for a very long time to grind out stamps and have like 100 rerolls and 200 banishes right now because of it. It's really easy to do, but also super complicated at the same time. Basically, when you spawn a vendor in Endless, open their inventory, like go into their sales screen, and without leaving that stage, spawn in that exact vendor again, open their inventory, and it will have reset. Now let me tell you why this is such a powerful exploit, and I was afraid to share it, and you should probably try to do this as soon as possible. All those things right now I'm going to explain. You can load a storage up with specific foods like cheese for script, get a bunch of stamps that way, or even some ingredients from Chef. You could even spawn Kiosk a bunch of times, keep opening her secret menu, and get every single gun in the game, which is super useful for when a new gun comes out. You'll need at least 11 banishes for this to work fluidly, because you're going to want to ban all 11 vendors except for the one you're trying to grind items from. The double melee XP perk all throughout stage 1 can yield a lot of stamps, and that can get you a nice starting amount of banishes and rerolls, and then just keep stacking and stacking and stacking. Eventually it's going to be a slog to get all of those. That'll be the point where you keep grinding Rat Queen to get as much cheese as you possibly can to quest with Script. Reroll until he's in the Holoreality Projector so all of your storages at church can be loaded with cheese. I'm not just talking the talk, I'm walking the walk. Look at how many banishes and rerolls I got from doing this for about a week. I don't know how much I was playing, it was probably too much, but you can easily get a nice amount going. And it's not just vendors you can do this with, you can do it with anything you want, even laser sights. You can ban all of the colors except for the gold one, and then you might see a gold one, but maybe not because it's super freaking rare. It really is complicated, and I hope I did a decent enough job explaining how I go about that exploit, but really all you need to know is that the vendors' inventories will reset if you open them and then spawn in a clone of them. It's just that simple, but also not simple. Hey, don't worry, our second to last one is just as complicated, maybe even more so, and that's why I'm gonna walk you through it as I do it, because I'm not sure I can explain it without specifically showing you what I'm doing. It's the Dupe Glitch I mentioned at the end of the everything video for the script update. You will have to use dev mode for this. I know what you're thinking, who cares about duping if I could just spawn in unlimited items of everything? Well, there's a couple of items you can't spawn in dev kit. I'm sure some people didn't know about that. A lot of us don't like to talk about it because we're sad that we didn't collect these while we could, and that's the deprecated oils. I myself only had two for the longest time, one bouncing bullets and the other one translucent. Bouncing bullets is whatever, it just gives you one bounce with no downside. But translucent gives you a minus 30% ammo consume chance with no downside. That's the thing with these forbidden oils, they were all really powerful with no downsides. We weren't even supposed to see them. But when Desert came out, Bill was accidentally selling them, so if you came across them and you're like, oh, that sounds really good, I didn't know we were getting new oils with this, you weren't supposed to get those. Wait, they didn't mention new oils, did they? No, they didn't mention these. I do know one guy who managed to get a bunch of these, and I'm gonna ask him if it's cool if I share the screenshots of them right now so you can see them. Hopefully he said yes, hopefully he responds. ones in time. I'm not sure. I'm going to hit him up, but I would love to share these with you, but I also don't want to just leak his DM screenshots. You know, that's not cool, man. Now that we're in game, what you want to do is fill up the top half of your inventory. You can put whatever you want in there, whatever you want to dupe. I'm putting all of my black oils in there. You want to fill up just the top half, and you'll see why. Then in dev kit, go to show level selection, Desert 5, Desert Boss. I already did it once, but I like stumbled all of my words and basically had mouth diarrhea of words, and now I'm having it again. Then you go to Desert Claws, the fighting arena. Watch this. This is going to be fun. This is going to be really cool. Pass all this dialogue. Once you see his health bar, the moment you see it, you could do this. It's a little tricky though, so pay attention. See his health bar, and then you're going to do kill all units, and then you have to respawn. So you have to leave dev mode, go back in, show level selection, and then try to teleport to the church. Watch what happens. Beyond the Veil, this is where it gets weird. Do not press space until it says 19/11 at the bottom left. If you do it anytime before that, this will not work. You're just gonna glitch your game and you're gonna be fucked, mister. Also, don't talk to the witch. If you talk to the witch, she's gonna give you a bunch of placeholder text. I can get footage of that. See right here, we can access the church, the pink chest. And it's doubled our inventory. I think what it is probably something for multiplayer, like I'm seeing what would be a second person's inventory. I mean, that's my wishful thinking. And then you take all of this. You can't right click it. You can't force it over there. You got to just drag it, but it's okay. You know, good things take a little bit of work. And we're not going to forget the poop laser sight. How could we? That's blasphemous. Hopefully I don't have my Discord open. So once you've done that, leave the inventory. If you want to, like, superstitious, open it a few times. You're going to Alt F4. Close out the game. Every time you open an inventory or a seller's, their inventory, it will save your current state, your current inventory state. That's why it works if you Alt F4. We were inside of an inventory, but here's where it gets interesting. I could just edit this so you don't have to hear me talking as we look at the splash screens. I'm dumb. Once you've loaded back in, you're going to come over here. You're going to go to the pink chest. You've got all of the black oils or whatever you were duping right there. And you do this. Boom. You just take them. You got them all. And a free poop laser sight. I know it's a weird glitch, but it's very, very, very useful for anyone that has deprecated oils. I don't know of another way to spawn them in, so this has been absolutely huge for me. I found it on accident trying to find the gold laser sight. If they let us keep all these oils when multiplayer drops, and if we can trade them or put them in chests, drop on the ground, whatever we have to do, these could be very valuable. And I'm going to use these translucents to hopefully get the rest of the collection. I got to catch them all, man. Or they could just give them to us. Let us play with the deprecated ones, then I won't want them. I had a realization after I started editing this section that you don't have to drop the items off into the storage itself. You just need to move them from the glitch secondary inventory up to your normal inventory and you'll be fine. If you look close enough, you can see where the storages are divided, but remember to open the storage chest or you won't keep your save state and all of this will be for nothing. All that 5 minutes will be a waste. This last exploit is really easy to do, super funny. I just found it today. It was one of those things where I was like, I wonder how this would work, and then it worked. I'm gonna explain it, but first I wanted to ask you guys something. You got any exploits on your Sulfur? If you do, please comment them so the rest of us can learn them. We all love exploits. That's why we watched all the way through this video, because we love cheating. Is it true? Did we live long enough to become the bad guys? Did we pass that 500-hour mark and we're like, fuck it, let's just do some exploits? I mean, that's what it was like for me. I've dedicated so much time to this game that I don't care too much. I want to just see every inch of it, and finding exploits can be really fun. A prime example of that is being inside of a toilet stall makes you invincible. They're like bulletproof bomb shelters. Open the door and jump right in like you're that Doctor Who guy and nothing can hurt you. I mean, some enemies can glitch through and push you out of there, and also the big hulking craw abominations can hurt you with their shout thing. So I'm lying to some extent, but there is a way around all of that, and that's by using the the airstrike gun that I showed you guys in the last build video, which should be my most recent video before this one. Shoot off a bunch of rockets, climb inside of your little hidey hole, and then like rain death on everyone around you. You won't be taking any projectile damage outside of the Hulk craw, not from your bullets, not from enemy bullets or arrows. You can even melee through the walls and kill enemies on the outside of it. Don't get pushed out by some dickhead with a spear. Have fun, be creative, enjoy this silly little exploit before they inevitably fix it. You know who doesn't need to be fixed? The members of this channel. No, these guys are completely fine the way they are, because they go out of their way to give some extra support to my family and I, and they don't have to do that, but gosh darn it, they're doing it anyways. I noticed when I was finishing up the edits on the last video that Anton Stills has been a member for a year now. They're the channel's oldest member and they needed a shout out. Anybody else who it's a year, I'm gonna make sure you get yourself a shout out as well. I appreciate everyone who supports me with comments, likes, watches the videos. You guys are all awesome. The homies are awesome. The homie pluses like I Raspberry, KT Monkey, Wicked Wicker. Then you got the homie golds like Slick Willie 988 and Dookie Booty. Oh my god, saying their names is just delightful. It's like having cheesecake come back up out of my mouth, but it's not like bile, like vomit or something. How did I manage to make that so disgusting there at the end? I don't know what's wrong with me. But I thought I should start doing some shout outs for those with higher tier memberships. You know, maybe you wanted that, maybe you didn't. Maybe you're mad that I didn't say your name right at all. I don't know. I'm just gonna do it anyways, because that's what we do around here. These intros are getting worse and worse. Did I say intros or outros? That might have been even worse than I thought.